Good morning, myself Dhruv Jha. Today our topic is the food factory of plants. Every living thing needs food. It helps us to grow and carry out daily life activities such as studying, playing, and working. Some living things make their own food, and other obtain their food from different sources. Living things that can produce their own food are known as autotrophs. Green plants are autotrophs. Living things that depend on other for food are called heterotrophs. Animals and human beings are heterotrophs. In plants, the leaf helps to make food. Let us study about the parts and functions of a leaf. First of all, parts of a leaf. Observe the leaf of a rose plant or a peepal tree closely. The top surface of the leaf is protected by a waxy coating. This coating protects the leaf and prevents loss of water. The flat part of the leaf is called the leaf blade. The tip of a leaf is called the leaf apex. The upper and lower sides of a leaf blade are slightly different in color. The upper side is smooth and dark in color, while the lower side is rough and light. There is a thin tube that runs through the middle of a leaf. This is called the midrib or main vein. Some other small tubes that are attached to the midribs are called side veins. These veins help in transporting water, minerals and food to all parts of the leaf and to other parts of the plant. They also provide strength to the leaf blade and help maintain the shape of the leaf. The underside of a leaf has many tiny pores called stomata. These pores are so small that we cannot see them with unaided eyes. During photosynthesis, carbon dioxide enters the leaf through the stomata and oxygen and water vapor are released. During respiration, oxygen enters and carbon dioxide is released through the stomata. Now we are talking about how do plants make food. Plants take in carbon dioxide from air and water from soil. The leaves of green plants contain a green substance called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll traps sunlight. Green leaves use the energy of sunlight to prepare food from carbon dioxide and water. Since this process takes place in the presence of sunlight, it is called photosynthesis. Photo means light and synthesis means preparing or putting together. Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants prepare food in the presence of sunlight. During photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide and gives out oxygen. The oxygen is used by all animals and human beings to breathe. Plants store their food in the form of a starch in their leaves. Leaves make food for the whole plant. So they are called the food factory or the kitchen of a plant. Leaves use the energy of the sun to change water and carbon dioxide into a kind of sugar known as glucose. This sugar is then taken to all parts of the plant by the side veins and the stem. There are some timeline of photosynthesis process. According to 1779, only green parts of plants release oxygen. According to 1782, green plants take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen. According to 1818, chlorophyll was discovered. In 1837, origin of stomata on leaf surface. 1845, sun is the ultimate source of energy utilized by the plant. Now we are talking about how do plants use food. Plants use the food prepared by the leaves to get energy and for growth. Food provide energy to the plant for performing various processes. Food helps plants to grow more leaves, branches, and other parts. The extra food is changed into a substance called starch. It is stored in the leaves, roots, stems, fruits, or seeds. We can eat these parts of the plants. Lettuce, sugarcane, carrot, banana, and pea are example of parts of plant that we eat. Now we are talking about more usage, sorry, uh, function of a leaf. A leaf performs various functions of a plant for a plant, such like number one, the most important function of a leaf is to prepare food for the plant. Leaves of some plants such as spinach and fenugreek store food. We eat them as vegetable. All living things, including plants, breathe to stay alive. Stomata on a leaf help the plant to breathe. Stomata take in carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. Most leaves have a wide surface which help them to absorb a large amount of sunlight for photosynthesis. Leaves also help in reproduction in some plants. Now we are talking about some unusual plants. There are many other plants that are different from green plants because of their unusual features. Let us learn more about such unusual plants. First of all, non-green plants. What is non-green plants? There are certain non-green plants that do not have chlorophyll. Thus, these plants cannot prepare their own food. These plants depend on dead and decaying plants and animals for food. From where do these non-green plants get food? They get or absorb food from other sources such as soil and green plants. Mushrooms and bracket fungi are some examples of non-green plants that are commonly found around us. Mushrooms have very thin, root-like structures that go deep into the soil. These structures help them to absorb food from the soil. Bracket fungi grow on tree trunks. They absorb food from the trees. Second is insectivorous plants. Some plants attract, capture, kill and digest insects. Such plants are known as insectivorous plant or carnivorous plant, such like Venus flytrap, sundew and pitcher plant are some examples of insectivorous plants. In a pitcher plant, the leaf is shaped like a pitcher with a small lid. The pitcher is brightly colored to attract insects. When an insect enters the pitcher, it slips and falls into the juice below the pitcher. This traps the insect inside. Digestive juices inside the pitcher digest the insect. Now we are talking about flow of energy in the living world. All living organisms need energy to perform various activities. They obtain this energy from the food they eat. Green plants prepare their own food through photosynthesis. The sun provides the energy to the plants to prepare their food. Animals and human beings, either directly or indirectly, depend on plants for food. In this manner, the energy of the sun flows to plants and then to animals and human beings. Now we are talking about interdependence between plants and animals. Plants and animals depend on each other for food and shelter. Plants provide food to animals. They also give out oxygen. Animals use this oxygen to breathe. Animals breathe out carbon dioxide that plants use for photosynthesis. Plants also need animals for many other things such as pollination and seed dispersal. Animals such as birds use plants to make their homes. Thus, Plants and animals are strongly interdependent on each other for their survival. Now we are talking about balance in nature. There is an optimum balance in nature between the number of plants and animals. We know that plants and animals are interdependent on each other for survival. So, if the number of plants suddenly increases, the carbon dioxide breathed out by animals would not be sufficient for the plants to make food. So similarly, if the number of animals suddenly increases, plants may not be able to provide sufficient amount of food and oxygen to all the animals. Hence, a sudden increase or decrease in the numbers of plants or animals can create a threat to the survival of either of them. So this would disturb the balance in nature. Sometimes human activities such as cutting of trees, constructions and mining disturb the balance in nature. Thus, human beings have to be very cautious about their impact on the environment. So we must protect plants and animals. This will help to maintain the balance in nature on earth. Thank you.